Okay, for this video, what we're going to do is take a polystyrene heart and we're just going to cover it in little red roses, or you can have pink roses, whatever colour roses you want. So it's very quick and easy to do. So I've just bought a polystyrene heart and all I've done is stick a little cocktail stick in the bottom. This just makes it easy for me to hold on to it while I'm decorating it. And also when I'm finished, then if you want to stick it in a cake or something, it makes it easy to just pop into your cake. You don't have to use a polystyrene heart, you can make it yourself out of icing. I just thought it's going to be quite heavy if it's out of icing, so a polystyrene one is easier to use. So what I'm going to do first is cover it all in icing so that my roses will stick to it a little bit better. So I'm just going to roll out some icing, and I've already managed to get some red in there, but it will be covered up so it won't really matter. So just roll it out thinly. As you can see, I'm not worrying too much about this being neat because it's going to be underneath and it's not going to be seen. And I have just used a bit of icing that was left over from another cake rather than getting out some fresh icing because it's only underneath and it's not going to be eaten. Okay, so what you want to do is when you've got it rolled out, just wet your icing a little bit. Not too wet that it just slips off. Okay, then I'm going to stick it on the heart. So let's lift this up first. And I'm just going to put it on top of my heart. And then I'm just going to gently press all the way around. Now, we would take more time and care over this if this is going to be seen, but because it's not, where it's sort of gathered at the back, what I'm going to do is just cut it off with a knife. And again, the extra bits at the bottom, and just push it together then with your fingers. Just be careful if you are doing what I'm doing that you don't cut through to your fingers. You can use scissors as well if you prefer. So as you can see, it's just looking very rough at the moment. So just press it down so that it's a bit smoother without worrying too much about what it looks like. You just want to make sure your polystyrene is covered all over. You can try it without putting the underneath bit of icing on. It just helps it stick a little bit better when we put the roses on there. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to do a few of the roses that we're going to put on, stick them on, and then the rest I'll just speed up because it's just repeating the same process all the way through. So take a quantity of the sugar paste that you want to use that's dyed to whatever colour you want to use. I'm going to use red, and I'm literally just going to take a small amount of the sugar paste and roll it, not too long, and then I'm going to flatten it. And I just tend to do it on the palm of my hands. You can do it on the board if you find it easier, making sure that it's flatter at one edge than at the other. Then you're just going to ever so carefully roll like so until you begin to get a little heart, which you should be able to see there. Okay, when you have done that, just wet your heart a little bit. You can wet it all over if you want. I can just do it in the patch that you're going to stick your rose on. And literally just press your rose on, making sure you don't squash it too much when you put it on. Now if you want to, as well as adding the hearts, you can add a tiny bit of green. Just roll it into little shapes. They don't need to be too detailed for this, and stick next to your heart like that, and it'll just give you the odd little green bit of foliage to go throughout. So you want to keep your hearts a similar size. Just rolling them like that and popping them on next to each other, just like that. And you're going to keep doing that until the whole thing is covered. Okay, so when you've done all your roses everywhere, you'll be fully covered like that. So you see it's quite a bit bigger in size. You'll see I had to dye some more icing red and dyed my hands. Then when you're done, it's best if you can give it a little bit of time to dry before popping it in your cake or whatever it is you want it to go in. Now mine's a little bit wet still at the moment, but you get the idea. Something a little bit like that. Okay, put it in a bigger cake. You can have it on its own. Okay, well thank you for watching. For more video tutorials, please go to Zoe's Fancy Cakes and subscribe.